Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Friday's Inspiration. Today, we are talking about the 10 ways that you are being energetically manipulated. So, as Murphy's Law would have it, I found this beautiful, quiet spot, and then 5 minutes before we start, someone is starting to cut wood with a electric thing. So, hopefully, that won't be too bothersome. But that's just the way it is, isn't it? And so, welcome everyone. We have Castro Valley, we have Florida, we have Lithuania, and we have Saudi Arabia. And so great to have so many people from around the world being able to share this amazing day with us. Florida, I think I said that. Okay, great. So, the 10 ways that you're being energetically manipulated. There is a lot going on that we don't recognize, that we don't see, that is affecting us on a daily basis. And so those are the things that I wanted to talk about today because it's having a profound effect on how we think, how we feel, what we're doing, and the essence of our well-being. So, the very first thing I wanted to talk about was energy cords, and we're just going to spend a little bit of time on each of these. Each of these could be a whole session, and then we're going to do an energy clearing, and we're going to see how much time we have to clear as many of these energetic influences as possible out of our energy field. So, the first one that we're going to talk about is energy cords. Now, the most watched video that I have on my YouTube channel, I think it has close to 80,000 views, and it's all about never cutting energy cords. And so we have an updated way also of being able to release these cords now. But these energetic cords are how people communicate with each other. They energetically connect to whatever chakra they want to communicate with. If they're trying to make you feel guilty about something, they'll cord to your heart. If they're trying to control what you do, they're going to control cord right to your solar plexus. And these can not only affect the energy of those centers, but it can also affect the organs around those centers. So it can affect our heart and lungs, etc., if it's corded to the heart. And so these have a direct influence on our energy and how we're using our energy field. So that's number one, is energy cords. And in that video, I tell you how to remove them. Although today we're going to see an updated way on how to remove energy cords. The second one that I want to talk about is the 1%. Now, the 1% is not a literal number. It's an energy, and you can all feel it. It's that energy that has this overriding oppressive influence on the planet and causing everyone to maybe do things that they don't want to do, that go against what their beliefs are. And that's this 1% energy. Some will call it the Illuminati, the New World Order, the whatever you want to call it. But it's really more of the energy. We can all feel it. And they have a very specific thought that they will run through our energy field. So this is all through energetics. They send this permeating belief out into the ethers, and how they do that, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that they do it. And the overriding beliefs of this influence is that you have to work really hard and struggle for the machine. And if you're having a hard time, well, then that's your fault. And as you look around and you see everybody suffering and struggling, well, that's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's this overriding influence that wants you to keep working like a little minion for all the corporations, for the machine, basically. So that's the 1% energy. And then number 3 is an even bigger energy, that is influencing all of humanity. And this is the reptilian energy. So, this reptilian energy is even over this 1% reptilian influence. I mean, the 1% influence. And this reptilian energy is very ancient. In fact, we all have part of that reptilian brain, all meant for survival. So, it's a very old, ancient energy. And it's a very powerful controlling influence. And so they use both of these energies will use other influences to try and control humanity. So, what are those? One are fear entities. So, these are like spirit beings that will cause us to feel very afraid. And of course, fear can show up in all different kinds of ways. Fears can show up just as not being motivated, as feeling tired, feeling kind of stuck. That can all be the faces of fear. So these fear entities can get into various energy centers in our energy field and then cause us to stop and prevent us from moving forward into into our gifts. I guess you can hear all that noise. It's just one of those days. Uh, Another spirit entity that they will use is what we call control beings. Now, these beings are also very similar, but they are a little more insidious, a little harder to spot, and they love it when we argue with each other, and so that's a whole nother influence that is trying to control us. And then one more is this would be number 6 would be discarnate beings. This basically dead people. There's a lot of people who have passed on, but they're kind of stuck down in this earthly plane. They're being held down by denser energies, maybe fears. They don't know that they have this capacity. Yikes! A tree just fell. They have this capacity to ascend, and yet they don't know it. And so they're down here on this earthly plane, still trying to influence us with all of the ways that they got stuck in their lifetime, and the things that they never got a chance to process and clear and move through. So oftentimes they will come through us if we have a similar matching energy, like maybe a lot of anger. Maybe we have some anger in our energy field, and so they come in and they think that they can just, channel all of their unresolved anger through us. So that's another very powerful influence that can be manipulating our energy field. And then there are spells. So this is number 7, spells, which they're a little more lightweight. I remember I had a client who came to me who had broken up with a girlfriend, but no matter what he did, he just kept getting pulled back. He says, it's like I have a spell on me. And so I checked, and this is when the birth of being able to check these energies now is that it just feels like there's this influence over you that you have no control of. And then number 8 is curses. Now, curses are a much bigger kind of energy when you think about the Kennedy family, who has a curse on the whole family and all of their whole family line. And there's been all kinds of tragic deaths and weird circumstances. Of course, a couple of assassinations. I mean, they've just been plagued with bad luck, so to speak. So that would be another outside energetic influence that could be manipulating us. And then number 9 is the news and our TVs. Now, there's a lot of you who say, first let me back up. So the news channels, I don't know if you know this or not, this was kind of news to me, new news, was that back in around the 1920s, 1930s, Sigmund Freud had a nephew. And so this nephew knew what his uncle's beliefs were and his findings were about the subconscious mind and how people can be controlled through repetition, something that's said over and over and over as a way to control people. And he actually sold this whole concept to the news corporations for millions of dollars way back when. So that was a lot of money. And so ever since then, they have been manipulating us through, and part of this is energetic, but through this repetitive ideas, repetitive beliefs, repetitive thoughts. And so, we've seen what's happened over this past year for those all, especially those people who have been watching the news. There is this underlying belief and thought that has permeated humanity so that they're now acting out of fear. They're now making decisions because they're afraid. And so this is all because of this repetitive manipulation of your mind through these subconscious beliefs. But a lot of you are saying, I stopped watching the news eons ago. I don't even have a TV. And so that's the case for me as well. But you might find that you get stuck scrolling on the internet. And there's tons, it's everywhere, every direction you turn. They've got it designed so that when you stop one place, then you go to the left or you go to the right or you go forward or backward. It's like every single direction they've got you so that they can pull you back in to some other kind of mind manipulation. So, in review, and we're going to clear as many of these as possible. These are the ways that I believe people are being energetically manipulated. So, number one is energy cords, especially from people to people. Two, the 1% energy, that overriding influence on the planet. Number three, the reptilian energy, and that's the energy that's even controlling the 1%. And then you have number four is fear entities. So this is what the 1% and reptilian energies use to control humanity, along with number five, control beings. They're even worse than the fear entities, much stronger, more powerful, a little harder to find, and even more debilitating. And then we have number six is discarnate beings. So those are basically dead people that some of them don't even know that they're dead. They're still trying to work out their stuff or living their life, even though they don't have a body anymore. They still have a lot of those energies because they haven't ascended yet. So they might be working through us. So discarnate beings, no fun. And then number seven is spells. So that's an energetic influence that we can be under and not even know it. Same with number eight, which is curses, which is a even more powerful sort of energetic influence over us. And then we have number nine, the news, which is rife with subconscious programming. And then last but not least, the media, social media. So those are the main areas where we're being influenced. Yes. So I'm curious for those of you, if any of you think that you're being influenced by some of these or you're curious, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this, today's topic. From Colorado, great. South Africa, great, Natalie. Great to see you here. Champa. Yes, this is the most viewed video on removing energy cords. If you want to uh, have a little more insight into that. And we've got some new shortcuts on how to remove a lot of these. So the new shortcut for removing energy cords is to use a violet flame whatever chakra you think that person is in. So we're going to demonstrate that shortly. And then, and of course, be sure to share, like, subscribe, click the bell notification so that you get notified when we go live. And that's always helpful. More people need to know what we're doing here because we're energetically changing your vibrational field so that you're no longer a victim of these outer influences. And we need more people that are leading the way as things start to get worse, because we're in a new wave of stuff that's coming in, and so things are going to be getting a little more intense. You probably can already start to feel it. Italians, discarnate spells. Excuse me. So D Vegas says, I feel like I may have a few different things going on, chords and the 1%. Absolutely. Yeah, it's generally more than one thing at a time. So if you're new to this and you know you just feel kind of lethargic, you just don't have any energy, you may not know the exact reason. And so that's why I encourage, oh, we have Czech Republic with us. That's awesome. I think that's kind of new. And Lamia, I'm influenced by family cords in the root. Yes. And Oliver, I think I have clear this with faith that it is already gone by the help of pure source. I don't know. Is that true or is it not? I know a lot of people come to me that think they've cleared things and still there. So it's always a beautiful thought, isn't it? That we could just say, oh, pure source is just taking care of everything. But I've discovered that's not always the case. So what we're going to do today is see. So I just, because Oliver, I know that you and you represent, and the reason I'm doing this is because I know you represent a lot of people who think that, oh, uh, pure sources got it covered. So I'll let you know, Oliver, that you've got 5 energy cords and 5 discarnate beings. Just for starters, those are just the first 2 things I've checked. So just saying. Energy, talk about energy protection. So yes, so here's the thing. After doing this work for more than 20 years, and I've been in the healing arts for more than 40 years, that there is no way, I think I can't say no way. Once our energy field is stronger and stronger, then we're less influenced by these things. I know my mentor, he's not influenced by the 1% reptilian energies, but I notice people still cord to him. So, these things are still going to happen. And it's much more important to know how to clear them, because all of the things that people use, they say, oh, I just put a, cloak, invisible cloak on, and then I'm not bothered, or I don't know if that's true or not. Are they just out of their body and they can't really tell that they're being influenced? Or, I don't know unless I'm actually checking their energy field. But so it's more important that you know how to clear these things, and it's actually even more valuable information when you can do an evaluation. Like, say someone is energetically courting to you, you can just wave a magic wand and say pure source has got it covered, or you can find out exactly where they're energetically courting to you to find out how they're trying to influence you. So, say someone is corded right at your heart chakra and they're trying to make you feel guilty about things. Or say they're corded to your root chakra and they're really relying on you for some sense of security. Well, this is, I just got distracted by a little dog that showed up. um, so to me, it's much more important to know how this person is trying to subtly influence you, rather than just going, oh, poof, and then they're gone. So I would rather know how they're trying to influence me so that I know how to address the person. Maybe there's someone that I'm not even in contact with, but they keep courting to my root. Well, that's a good indication that maybe it's time to call this person and find out what's going on. Say hello. Maybe that's their way of trying to reach out to you. So it's to me, it's more important to know how you're being influenced so that you can clear the energies than putting up some kind of protection, which I have discovered doesn't work. I haven't found one yet. If you know one, then please let us know so that I can try these things. So I think it's better to be a master of your energy than any other way. At least that's how I like doing it. All right. I felt a lot of energy on my bed. Whenever I come in, I felt something move off of the bed. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a discarnate being. Could possibly be. Let's see. I had helped a friend in some situation about spells she couldn't break away. He is narcissistic. She had 10 spells. We cleared that and other things, and she's doing great. That's great, which really goes to show how these things, these energy, invisible energy influences can really affect us. And let's see. Where are you visiting today? I am partway between, just outside of Nevada, California. I thought this was a really quiet place. And then all of a sudden, all this noise and chopping wood and cutting down trees. And so, anyway, Vicky, do you sense any unhealthy connection with mom? And I felt like she's ascended, but wanted to check in with you. That's a great question to ask on Tuesday. So we don't really entertain personal questions here. This is more of an overriding topic that we're talking about, and but the specific personal things we like to address on Tuesdays. So come back, Vicky, and we'll check your mom. I'll just tell you, she's ascended. So I just wanted to say. Okay, and thank you for the recommendation for my book, which explains the whole system that I've discovered and that I've outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, available on Amazon. It outlines the whole system, how to clear everything, and lots of illustrations and so forth. And also, when you stay tuned here, you're going to get things that are even more updated, like the updates on how we're clearing these beings and how we're clearing cords now. So things are happening much faster now. Great. Yes, come back, Vicky. This is the book where you can get the book. Yes, Lamia, come back and ask about the book about your mom on Tuesday. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the process called running your energy. And I'm just a little mystified about all the noise. So funny. We're going to do the process called running your energy. And then we are going to clear as many of these other influences as we can. So let's go ahead, and we always start with getting ultra grounded. So first you're going to put that line of energy down from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. And I'll be in the background here making sure that you're doing a great job. All right. And then we're going to send those roots down from the bottoms of our feet, and we're going to bring that abundant feminine earth energy up through the legs and then down that grounding cord. And then we're going to pull in the worry circle. Ideally, you wouldn't have one. Today, it's out to that third layer of our aura. So we're just going to pull in that circle. Pull in that circle and just drop all that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, uncertainty down the grounding. Worry circle, yes. And then we're just going to let that run on autopilot. And we're going to start bringing pure source down through the creative rings that are stacked above our head. We have anywhere between 3 and 55. So bring pure source down through these creative rings that hold your dreams and your desires. It's recalibrating those so that they're in your highest and best interest. And then as we bring this energy, pure source energy, down through the central core, through the 7th, 6th, 5, right at the throat where it's stopping. Let's go out to the third layer, and we're going to pull in this energy. Some of it is trying to silence us so that we don't complain, we don't question. And then some of it may be where you're just struggling to speak your truth. Okay, great. So as we're bringing pure source down through that throat, and the heart, where it's stopping, we're going to go out to that third layer, and we're going to pull in this energy at the heart where you're judging yourself. You make yourself wrong. And there's a lot of these energies on the planet that are causing those kinds of thoughts and thinking that we should be doing more. We're not doing enough. And a lot of those thoughts are not even yours. As a matter of fact, did you know that for most people, about 95% of what you think and feel is not even your energy? That's how many outside influences there are, invisible. Okay, good. So as we're bringing pure source down through the throat and the heart and the solar plexus, down into that second chakra, spilling down the root, we're going to bring that 50-50 mixture up the front, through the second chakra, up into the solar plexus, okay, good. And then we're going to come up into the heart and the throat and that 6th chakra, crown, rings through all the layers of your aura. Great. And then when the aura gets below your feet, it merges with your grounding cord, so it has a place to release to. We're going to pay special attention to the third layer, where there's a lot of effort, pushing, chasing, forcing. Good. And then we're going to jump out to the 15th layer. The 15th layer, we're actually starting at the bottom, and we're going to lift this energy up and out. Great. Okay, 10, 15. And then we're going to go out to the 25th layer. We're going to start at the bottom. This is where there's a lot of fear in this energy field. So a lot of the fear entities hang out in this layer. We're going to see what's left when we're done. Okay. And we're going to clear the 30th layer, starting at the bottom. This is where the reptilian energy hangs out. So they hang out in these outer layers where they think they're way out of our awareness. And so this is probably where they've always been, but now we know. Now we've discovered where they're hiding. Okay, great. And then we're going to clear the circle of reciprocity. So that's the upper 4 chakras and all of our rings. We're going to bring all of that energy out that right arm. So we can activate your circle of reciprocity, your masculine side that gets stuff done, that implements things, takes actions. So we can, clear energies here every week. But I can't help you take the actions that you need to make things different in your life. All this energy work is going to make it easier, but ultimately you're the one that has to do the new decisions. Coming out that right arm, in the left, so you could start receiving everything you desire. Excellent. Through that left arm, down through the front and back of your heart, out the right, in the left, through the front and back of the throat, 6th chakra, crown, rings. Excellent. All right, so let's see what we have left. So we're going to start with energy cords. I'm getting that collectively there's about 10 cords. So let's see where these are. And so I want you to try this new shortcut method, and that way you can see how easy this is to clear these energies. So the first place is right in your 6th chakra. So you have some people that want you to see things their way. And it could be making you have some cloudy thinking, and especially if it's not what you think, it's not how you believe. So I want you to put that violet flame right in the middle of your head, behind your forehead. We're just going to turn that up. I want you to put another one in your heart chakra, and then another one in your root chakra. So obviously more than one cord at these places. I'm just going to turn that energy up. Okay, good. Okay, let's see how many cords are left. 0. Now you see how fast that was. These things don't have to take long. Okay, let's see. Let's measure the 1%. So everything that we have in here, except for the news and media, I don't measure those, is all part of the vibrational altitude report, where I measure 40 different things. And so this is just a sampling of the things that we measure. And then if you ever decide to work together, we clear all of this, the whole report in an hour and a half. So it's super, super thorough. At any rate, let's measure how big is the 1% influence in our energy field right now. It's at about 50%. And the reptilians, they kind of work like sister cousins where they are generally the same. And so where we find this energy is you can either use, now this will also be new. I haven't even done this before, so this is right new as we're speaking. That you can try this. You can try using a black flame right at your root chakra and intend that it goes all the way out to the 30th layer where the reptilians hang out and out to the 15th layer where the 1% hangs out. So for those of you who can't feel energies, this might be a lot easier for you to be able to do the flame things better than trying to feel the energy and clear it. So, excuse me, go ahead and just use that black flame right at your root. And so the black flame is pure darkness. So a lot of people, might be thinking, oh, black, I don't know, that doesn't sound good. Black magic, you think about that. So it's not like that. It's pure darkness. Okay. So the reptilian and 1% are now at 0. So perfect. Great job. Let's check and see how many fear entities you have. 10. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. That's a lot of fear entities. So as I said, fear can show up in so many different ways. Maybe fear caused you to make a decision to have the inoculation. I don't call it a vax, but because it's not. But at any rate, so there's that. And as a matter of fact, I'll be posting and sharing on my at least on my Facebook page. My mentor, he's doing a 3-part series for those of you. I'm doing it just because I want to be able to match his frequencies to be able to help other people. But if you've been vaxxed or you're afraid of shedding from other people, that it's his 3-part series is designed to help restructure your DNA, because that's what this thing has done, is it's altered your DNA, your RNA. So you might consider that. Keep an eye out for it on my Facebook page. At any rate, the fear entities, wow, we had 10. Okay, so let's see where these are. So we're going to use black flames for these. So in the 6th chakra and the heart and in the root. So let's try there, see how many get released just doing this. So I'm going to use a black flame, and everybody can participate, because then you'll know that you know how to do this, because it's not that hard. Just turn up that black flame, pure darkness. We're just transmuting the energy. We're shifting and altering the energies so that they don't feel there's any resonance to be in our energy field anymore. Okay, so there's still 3 left. So this is the beauty of being able to use the infinity system, which is outlined in my book, is that then if you got all of it. You want to know and be able to evaluate that you got all of the energies. So there's still 3 left. So we're going to go back to the 6th chakra. And in the 2nd chakra, where there's a lot of anger and rage in that one. And then in the root as well. Let's give it one more shot. I'm just going to turn up that black flame. Okay, great. Okay, great. So now we're at zero, zero fear entities. Let's try control beings, 5 of those. And also important to really pay attention and notice how you start feeling different because of doing this. Uh, you might start to feel calmer. You might start to feel lighter, more alert. So, if you're starting to notice some differences, put it in the chat bar because we need people to know that what we're doing here is real stuff affecting people all over the planet that are tapped in right now and into the future. So, control beings. So we're going to put a black flame at the sixth chakra, the solar plexus, because they want to control our power, and in the root. So let's do those 3 places, and we'll see if that gets all of them. Okay. They're taking a lunch break. Great. Now we have some quiet. Hmm. Okay, good. That did get all of them. So there's 0 control beings now. Okay, let's do discarnate beings. We've got a few more minutes left here. Discarnate beings, dead people. There's actually 2 parts to this discarnate being thing. I like to use a violet flame for these so that they can then come out of our energy field. But then I like to help them ascend because otherwise they're still on the earthly plane, kind of stuck. So, let's help them ascend and not be stuck down here. So let's see how many discarnate beings there are. Okay, there's 15. That's a lot. Okay. So this is collectively. That's not to say one of you, although it's possible. I've seen it before, has 15 of these. But let's see where they are. We're going to help them ascend. And Dee is already saying she's feeling uh, uh, clearer. Great. And also, Finley, or excuse me, Rinky, is feeling more grounded already. Great. And there's more. So let's get rid of these discarnate beings. And so collectively, yeah, some of these are really dark beings too. Some of them are all the way at a -30. That's as low as it goes. That's like where Hitler is. So some really dark entities that could be really causing some problems. So let's clear that. So you're going to use a violet flame in your 6th chakra, heart, solar plexus, and your root. We'll see how many that clears. So go ahead and turn up that violet flame. Mhm. Yes. Whew. It's a lot. Keep going. There's 3 left. You guys are doing great. So back at the 6th chakra, solar plexus, and 2nd chakra. So the one in the 2nd chakra is very angry, very angry. Mm. Awesome. Almost. Keep going. There we go. Take a deep breath. Wow. Okay. So now we're at 0. So now you can all help. You can all help me collectively help these discarnate beings ascend. So what we're going to do is we're going to create like an avatar. We're going to put them all into like one body. and we're going to clear a few things in this body so that they can ascend. So we're going to go to the sixth chakra of this body, out to that 15th layer where they felt influenced by this 1% energy. Looks like about 5 of these died from the vaccination. Okay, good. 7, 6. Let's go to their solar plexus, or the solar plexus of this body that represents all of these beings, out to the 3rd layer, so that powerless feeling. They don't know that they can ascend. Okay, good. And then down at the root, out to that 3rd layer, we're going to help these people. Know that they can, it's safe to take a next step. Okay, good. So now we're going to see how far up they have ascended. So they've gone up to a plus 15, but we want them to go all the way to a plus 30. Okay, so let's see what else. There's still some energy in their root, out to that 3rd layer. So we're just going to gently pull all of this energy in and send it down their grounding. And I love that you're helping. Okay, good. So now they have ascended. So I'm curious if you guys notice a big difference on that one. Okay, we have a couple more things to do. Yes. Like and share, like and share. Spells and curses. Spells. 5. And curses, 2. So usually I do spells and then I do curses, but let's do them all together. Like, I'm always trying to find shortcuts, right? Let's get this stuff done. Okay, so we're going to use a black flame for these. We're going to go to the heart. That's like that energy that says, you will never love again, or you'll never find a lover like me. So good to have you here, Tammy. So here's Lamia in Saudi Arabia, who says that she's feeling really tired now. So one of the things that will happen as you start to release a lot of these energies is that it starts to feel a little more comfortable to be in your body, because you've released all these uncomfortable energies. And if you've been, running your body into the ground, or you've been working really hard and doing a ton of stuff, you're going to be back in your tired body. So that can also happen, where you feel more tired after this because you're back in your body. So, but that's where we want to be. We want to be fully engaged, fully in our bodies, because that's where all the information comes to. That's where all the answers are, when we're connected to our body. It's like that radar, right? It's always informing us. Okay, so let's use this violet flame for violet flame in, let's see, 7, 6, 5, in the heart and solar plexus, 2nd chakra, very angry, and root. So let's use the black flame in those, see if we can clear these spells and curses. When I've been working with different people who have had the virus, who have had the vaccine, and I've noticed that the vaccine energetically feels very much like a curse. So I just found that interesting. Okay. Turn those flames up. Let's see what we got. Those black flames. Great job. That cleared all the spells and curses. So, you guys have done a fabulous job today. We're about to get kicked off of Instagram. So, we are going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoy your weekend. If you love this, please share this with your friends and family and come back. We'll be back on Tuesday to entertain your specific questions. And if you're someone who really wants to take a next step or you don't want all your private stuff aired here, uh, consider working privately with me. It always starts with a vibrational altitude report and where I measure 40 different things. So here we measured 10, 8 of which are on the report. So, and also for those of you who are in the area, um, that's California. I'll be in Sonoma tomorrow at Rancho Maria Wines. It's something I'm just doing just for fun, a little networking. I'll be cooking wood-fired pizzas there. So you wouldn't even know that all this is going on in like it's like the backyard in the back of this place. It's right on the square in Sonoma, California. So come find me and I'll cook you a pizza. All right, great. Otherwise, I'll see you back here on Tuesday and sending so much love. Namaste.